Yo, what's up, guys? It's coming off a Memorial Day weekend. Hope everybody enjoyed themselves. I certainly did. Today, we will get into more of the self improvement. We're going to get into how to develop charisma. How do you develop charisma? Well, I've come up with a list. I got a top 5. Everybody loves a motherfucking top 5, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you remember David Letterman. And anyway, everybody has a top 5. For some reason, the number 5 is like what people can like ingest and take it, and it isn't like excessive, I guess. Right? 5 is like the perfect number. Anyway, so I got a top 5 of ways for you to develop your charisma. I'm going to start with the number 1, which I feel is the number 1. Confidence. Confidence, guys. So, by confidence, I mean, as far as it's concerning your charisma, when you have confidence and you are engaging with a woman, you almost have a air of, I really don't give a fuck. I mean, I like you, I'll fuck with you and stuff like that. But if I never see you again, I'm okay. It don't really matter to me. I'm good with it and everything like that. But you're still engaged in the conversation, right? You're engaged in her. This is that air of confidence that comes. That breathes into your charisma. You just have it's almost like it's like your swag, right? And she can feel that. She can feel that. She know by the way that you're talking to her and the way that you act and stuff like that. You cool, like I'm here, I'm in the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling you out in the moment and stuff like that. But if I don't ever see you again, that's fine too. She can feel that shit. That comes from your fucking confidence. Your confidence in that aspect also factors into your fucking charisma. That is part of your charisma. The confidence translates to your charisma. Okay? Because of that attitude and that swag that you have as a result of your confidence. Okay? So I would say your confidence, number 1 when it comes to that. Number 2, paying attention to details when you're on a date. Okay? So paying attention. What do I mean by paying attention to detail? So when you're on a date, and women pay attention to these type of things and stuff like that. They want to know, well, did you remember the type of cheese that I told you that I liked? Remember that? And you're like, I don't remember that. They'll feel a certain way because of the fact that you don't remember this type of bullshit. All right? So these things also factor, though, into your charisma. Because you can relate back to it and you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that cheese and stuff that you was talking about. And she like, oh, my God, you remember the cheese? Yeah, I remember the cheese. But you almost, it's almost like you ain't really invested into it. You just picked it up through the course of conversation. And you just happen to mention it. Like it's almost like, nothing serious. I've seen it. I remember you talking about it and everything like that. But to her, it means fucking everything. It means that you're fucking paying attention to her and who she is as a person and stuff like that. This is part of your charisma, right? Paying attention to this little bullshit that may not mean a lot to you and everything, but it means a whole hell of a lot to her throughout the course of your dating. Okay, all of this stuff is key to get where you want to get to, right? Okay. So number 3, Eye contact. Eye contact means a lot. Okay? When I was young, I remember my grandfather telling me, he was like, if you dealing with somebody and they don't make eye contact with you, if they're avoiding your eyes, they full of shit now. He was a religious man. He didn't say full of shit. I'm paraphrasing. But in a sense, that's what he was saying. They're being dishonest by the fact that they can't make eye contact with you. Eye contact also displays confidence. So it works twofold. It also displays confidence. When you look at a woman dead in her eyes while she's talking, she can get a feeling that this motherfucker ain't for no bullshit. I'm telling you fucking straight up. You make eye contact with her, and the eye contact also can work in a seductive frame. Okay? So you could make eye contact with a woman. Like, I'll make eye contact with one where I'm staring her right in her eyes and she's like, "Well, what is it? What are you thinking?" Or she'll be like, "I know what it is that you're thinking." As far as the sexual aspect. Now, I'll never feed into it initially and stuff like that. But she can feel it. I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? She's like, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. What? I'm just looking at you. You see what I'm saying? I never feed into it. But she knows. This comes from the eye contact. Eye contact is for and looking her straight in the fucking eyes. And almost conveying what it is that you want through the eye contact. Okay? This is important. First of all, she know you ain't on no bullshit. You look at her straight in her eyes. You listen to what it is that you're saying, that she's saying. And you could also increase the sexual seduction by looking at her in her eyes. Okay? And she can feel that. They almost feel like you looking through, like, what is it? What is this film? Why are you looking at me like that? That's what they'll say. You're like, no, I'm just looking. I'm listening to what it is that you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So that makes them feel a certain way. I promise you, trust me. That shit fucking works. Eye contact. They're looking directly in the eyes when you are conversing on the course of the day. It show you ain't about no bullshit. And you also can introduce that seduction, that sexual frame by you making direct eye contact with her. It's very important. Okay. I could easily put that at number one. All right. Well, you ain't going to have I'll take that back, because if you have you're not going to be able to maintain the eye contact if you ain't got the fucking confidence. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the confidence, you're going to be looking down on the ground and looking at the bullshit and other than that, because your confidence ain't high enough to maintain that eye contact. Okay? So, confidence first. Confidence first. Okay. So, number 4. Talk about things that you are passionate about. Okay? How does that help your charisma? Because, first of all, you're talking about, this is outside of her, okay? This brings her in to the conversation and almost brings it in to, well, I shouldn't even say almost, it brings it in to how you are and how you think as a person, okay? This is intriguing to the woman. What do you like? What do you passionate? So you talk about what you like, what you're passionate about. You ain't focused on everything is all about her and what she's interested in. You focus on about what you're passionate about, what you like to do. Okay? Hiking, I don't know, paddleboarding, basketball, whatever it is, finances, any of that stuff. right? This is what you're passionate about. You talk about it, you're excited about it, and everything like that. This helps with your charisma also. Okay? It almost intrigues a woman as long as it's some nice, positive shit, right? We ain't talking about no, you know, you like to hang out under bridges or no fucking bullshit like that, but like good, positive, you keeping it, but in the same breath, you keep it alive. You ain't getting too fucking in depth and serious about it. You, but you do let her know what it is that you are passionate about. Okay, we don't need to make this to a fucking debate about what the fuck it is you're doing. You're passionate about it. I really like this. It's nothing like I really like hiking. One of the things I really enjoy doing. And I'll talk about, listen, there ain't no feeling like when I'm hiking and I get to the top of a mountain and I get this euphoric feeling of me being on top of the mountain, stuff like that and everything like that. So, and then they be like, oh, I've never been hiking. I would like to go hiking. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So talk about the things that you're passionate about and not just making it just about her. This also helps with your charisma. Okay. It's showing that you're doing shit that you feel passionate about, and it makes you feel a certain way when you go about doing them. Okay. These are very sexy, attractive attributes to have as a man. Okay. So number 5, demonstrate a genuine interest in her. Okay. What do I mean by that? Having a genuine interest in her. So you talk about all the things you thought, you were listening to her and everything like that, and you're like, man, that's really cool. I would like to try. I don't know. We ain't gonna go crazy. Like, we ain't gonna try knitting and no fucking bullshit like that and everything like that. But let's say that she paint. Let's say she paint, right? Oh, that seems cool and everything like that. I would like to try something like that. You don't want to make something like make the conversation all completely about you, what it is he's doing, but you want to show a genuine interest in the things that she may be passionate about. Now, I don't want you to fake it. Okay? You ain't gotta fake that fucking bullshit. If you ain't into it and everything like that, but if it's something that strikes a chord with you, where you kind of you may not have like the ultimate interest in it and stuff like that, but there's some interest in it. Like I said, like painting and everything like that, or something that you might be interested in trying, that you've never tried before. You can do that. Like you can be like, oh, I never painted. But I can be like, oh, painting like that? Like you into painting and stuff like that? Okay, well, that would be something I would be interested in trying. So you're showing an interest in the things that she is doing. This also helps with your charisma. Okay? This helps with your charisma. It's showing that you ain't just about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're also interested in what it is that she may have going on also. All right, so you're not secluded, you're not shut off. You ain't like, well, motherfucker, if it ain't about hiking, I just ain't fucking doing that bullshit. No, like, okay, yeah, pain. That sounds like that might be all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was always interested in it. Or even if you wasn't even interested in it, you might be like, pain. That sounds like something cool to do, especially if she has a talent in it, and maybe she could show you something in that area and stuff like that. And then you go ahead and you roll with it. This also helps with your charisma. Okay? So, these are a couple of ways that you can increase your charisma when going out and being on a date. Charisma is very important. It's important. It's important to have charisma, so you're going to do that. You don't want to come off where you just like, I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come off the bench where I'm just here to fuck. This and the other, or you have an agenda and stuff when it comes out, when you come to dating, when you're meeting with a woman and stuff like that. You want to show your interest, her interest, and take it all in. Maintain your eye contact and be confident in your frame. Okay? So take all these and it will work to your favor. Anyway, until the next video, I'm out of here. Talk to y'all later.